Good Wednesday morning to you. Thanks for joining me here on the Weather Spot. It is Wednesday morning, just past 7:30, and some of us have sunny skies at about 66, 67 degrees today, but all of us are going to see increasing cloud cover. Some of us are going to see showers and thunderstorms. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. Not all of us today. As this cold front works its way through today, bringing us the big change in our weather pattern. Here are all of the details. Good morning to you. Glad you are here. So, here's the mid-level wind chart. This is what I'm using to kind of always looking for the best way to show you the big picture, just help you understand what the weather will be for the next few days. And I think that really the best way to do that is just to kind of show you the overall pattern. So the cool thing is, and I'll show you satellite imagery in a minute because this is really cool how this shows up this morning. Low pressure centered out here over Wyoming, and these little green specks are vorticity max that are going to move through the area today off that area of low pressure. Shortwave disturbances is what they are. And you can just kind of see that as that low cranks around, it's going to move off to the north-northeast. It's going to stay mostly a closed low. Look what happens for Kansas and Missouri right here in the middle of your screen as those bursts of shortwave energy is a good way to describe them. Move through. They kind of ripple through as disturbances, kind of one after the other. They are waves. Keep in mind that at the surface, things will be moving counterclockwise around that low. So that kind of explains why we have had that northern push for storms today, almost due north at some point, and sometimes they have been northeast as well. So got a couple questions about that over the last few days, and that would be the reason why. So I told you it was cool. How it shows up on satellite imagery this morning, as you can see, low pressure centered over there in Wyoming. We already are experiencing those shortwave disturbances showing up as some precipitation and cloud cover out there around central Kansas. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the radar. We'll pop down to the surface here, and so here's what's going to happen through the day. We've had some showers and thunderstorms earlier this morning out here along Great Bend, Larned, areas like that, Salina. You can see they're pretty well dissipating now. There's just some small embedded thunderstorms, and I'll go ahead and play the radar for you to show you, sure enough, keeping in mind, right, that flow should be moving something like this. Right, so everything that we see throughout the day is going to be moving in that general direction, circling counterclockwise around that low, and that's what's going on this morning. So let's go ahead and show you now. So here's where I'm trying something new to show you some forecast data this morning. This will either be really helpful and informational or very entertaining, one of the two. Always fun to try stuff live. Here we go. So this is what I expect to happen today. This is how things will move. And I'm just kind of playing this broad scale for you this morning so that you can see, once again, kind of keeping in that theme, right, of storms moving this way. So this is actually a pretty fair depiction of how I think things will work today. We already saw some of this last night. I think we will see about the same thing again. By around 11 p.m. tonight, I think we see showers and thunderstorms setting along the front in something like an area like that. And that's the way that they're going to move. So already can hear the grumbling over here for like east central Kansas, southeast Kansas, and really over here into west central Missouri. I do think we will see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms as this moves through. But let's go ahead and go a little bit more step by step here. Here's where we will be later this morning. Like I said, things should be dissipating out as we move kind of into midday. Do have some showers, a few thunderstorms. You're going to see a few gusts of wind out here, Wichita up to Council Grove, up to Manhattan. This will be just before noon today, by the way. And then as we get through the rest of the afternoon, you can see when these storms are going to cruise up into that area of instability that will benefit from any afternoon heating that we might have. And so this is approaching the 4 p.m. hour that I start to see some embedded thunderstorms pop up out here around Lindsborg, Council Grove, Americus, headed over towards Emporia. And then you can see as we go through the rest of the afternoon evening, these just sort of have some upscale growth. As, like I say, they pick up on some of that instability. So this is working toward the 7 p.m. hour. So I'm going to say between 5, 6, 7 p.m. I should see some thunderstorms out here around Russell, headed over towards Salina, Abilene, Junction City, hugging that I-70 corridor pretty tight. So it looks like here's a scoop south, trying to do everything I can for you down in southeast Kansas and west central Missouri, although you guys got a little bit of rain the other evening. So down here around Emporia, Lebo, maybe making its way down toward Toronto and Yates Center at the southern edge, again working towards that 7 o'clock hour. But keeping in mind this is the direction that things are moving, you guys can see it here with me. So as we move through the evening, I see scattered showers and thunderstorms all the way from Ellenwood had to think about that over here towards Topeka. And then they pick up really the northern Kansas City area, right? Keeping with that counterclockwise trajectory. So north of Harrisonville, clear up through Princeton, headed off towards north central Missouri. So about going to bedtime tonight, I should see, here it is. Just like I told you, here is that line of showers and thunderstorms all the way from southwest Kansas, stretching up through Topeka, picking up north Kansas City for sure. So that's how I expect things to go for today. In terms of severe weather, I think this really well covers it. When things initiate out in southern Colorado, looking for some strong storms out there. We can have strong storms. It's fairly uncertain what will happen with the heating and instability that may pop up today, or storms that may pop up as they encounter that instability, rather, as we go through the afternoon. So I would not be surprised by some strong storms at all, some robust storms. There could be a few severe warnings out of this. They are a little bit more likely there, though, in the southwestern parts of Kansas. But we'll keep an eye on that as we move through the day. What about rain totals? That's the question I get the most right now. Every year, understandably. So keeping in mind, again, that motion, you guys can see where the storms come through. Areas under a thunderstorm are going to blow these up. So these are just kind of some averages, some composite numbers based on precipitable water values, but these will not be particularly fast moving storms. As you can see, storm motion is pretty slow. Bulk shear is low, so that's what contributes to that. I don't think things will be moving too quick. So absolutely could get more than this, but reasonable numbers are 3 to 4/10 of an inch there in central Kansas. Storms are expected to linger up there in northeastern Kansas, northwestern Missouri, where we could see average rainfall amounts about 1.5 inches. Sneaking over to the Missouri side, it's just mostly left out in this round. I mean, if you get excited about 2 or 3/10 of an inch, there you go. Hoping one of those rogue thunderstorms on the south side will drift across state line and drop some more precipitation on a few of you, but it certainly will not be very many of us. So looking ahead into the forecast, I have been saying, and I still think that the next disturbance bringing us some widespread rainfall is Thursday, late afternoon into evening, headed towards the overnight. Here is another one of those shortwave disturbances off of that low, just popping through as the low pressure heads off to the north and the east. Look at this that comes through. This will be Thursday, late afternoon over into the evening right now. A little bit more widespread showers and thunderstorms with that round. Not too sure what we will see for rain totals in that one. I'll be working on that as we go through the day. Looking ahead to your weekend. The big news, we try to keep an eye on Friday nights this time of year. Seeing mostly clear, wouldn't rule out a few scattered showers for your Friday evening, as well over into Saturday. I think that as we get late Friday night over into Saturday, there is early Saturday morning, pre-dawn hours, a cluster of scattered showers and thunderstorms moving through the area. But like I say, Friday night at this point remains clear. I see some spotty stuff on Saturday. Again, as that low moves on out, this is just what we expect. Scattered stuff. Not seeing widespread rainfall for Sunday yet. Just keeping in mind, scattered stuff always possible in a pattern like this. Temperatures today over on the Kansas side definitely impacted by the cold front. Mid-70s out to the northwest of Kansas, going to hang out into the 90s down toward the southeastern parts of the state. Missouri, by and large, not going to be affected by this front today. 89 to 90 up in Kansas City. Still mid-90s at least everywhere else around Missouri. So one disturbance after the other, just bringing us these scattered chances of rain and thunderstorms into Friday for sure. A little bit of it's going to linger around for your early morning Saturday. We'll see what happens for the rest of the weekend as that low pressure moves on out of here finally. So that is the pattern. That is the setup. It is Wednesday. I have told you everything I know. That was long, wasn't it? All right. Catch you later. Have a great day.